What's up, everybody? It's very common for young adults to be told to go to college to get a higher education, to get a degree for career advancement, career opportunities, and overall personal development. But it's not so common for the younger adults to be encouraged to start a business. And I get it that there are more employees, more wage earners than business owners, but it's probably a smarter way to educate the young adults of America about capitalism and how America runs with its businesses by having them start the business. Have them start the lemonade stand in the corner on a sunny afternoon. And it's, when you have an entire culture revolving around higher education, you just don't give the younger adults the entire perspective of what it's like to be in business, to run a business, and to understand the perspectives of a business owner, because really America is founded on business and entrepreneurialism. The American dream isn't buying your home, it's attaining freedom by starting your own business. And that's where America's roots are founded on, is entrepreneurialism. Don't you think that it's a pretty entrepreneurial venture to go on a boat, sail in the middle of nowhere, and just take roots in like completely new lands? To have an idea from your mind be the foundation for one of the greatest countries in this world. That's, in essence, entrepreneurialism. And the mindset of the colonists starting their own country, their own government, their own laws, is similar to how someone would go about and make something new to solve a certain problem in their daily lives. Similar to how these people started their business to avoid religious persecution, people start businesses to solve problems and gain financial freedom. So why should you not learn how to start your own business? And whether or not that business succeeds, you sell it, you work it until you retire, or you burn out and the candle no longer has a flame, there are certain experiences that you accumulate from being in business for yourself that you cannot get by being an employee of a business, by being in a classroom at any kind of higher education institution. You just don't have the responsibilities adopted when you don't start your own business. And there are two reasons why I believe everybody should start their own business. One is to see if they are able to run it in the first place. By having that thought in the back of your mind to always start a business but never going through with your own word, with your own idea, you're never going to be satisfied or happy or content in your job. It's because you always have this thought in the back of your mind that you want to do something more. And until you prove yourself by exerting maximal effort, you always have this what if in the back of your mind. And that what if is a seed that can destroy a lot of things. Because what ifs are just not for creating things, they can also destroy. The second point of why everyone should start a business is to understand the perspectives of a business owner. Like I said before, you just don't understand what someone is going through if you don't have their responsibilities, if you don't step into their own shoes. Do you realize what is keeping the business owner up at 2 a.m. in the morning if you're an employee? Probably not. It's a very, it's a very common belief among business owners that they don't think their employees are doing the bare minimum. And if the business owners think that their employees aren't doing the bare minimum, what do the employees think of themselves? And this is why, as an employee, you will never understand what it's like to be the head honcho, the tip of the spear, the one who takes full ownership of the business. Salaries are given to employees first before the business owner ever gets paid. That's the structure of most businesses, which is why when a company goes bankrupt, the money usually goes to the stakeholders first, which is usually the investors, the employees, people who have a financial stake in the company, and not necessarily the owners who have equity in it. But that's where equity, or that's where true wealth is created, through equity, through ownership of the business. That's why when you start a business, you have full ownership of whatever it is that you create. If it does well, you do well. If it doesn't, you don't. So by having an emotional attachment, which, as much as I don't want to say it, having an emotional attachment to your business can be a good thing because it forces you to level up not only your business but yourself. And that's where a lot of personal growth happens, is when you tie yourself to your business. Not necessarily tying your identity to the business and what your true worth is, but your character, your strength of character is undeniably tied to how your business is being operated. Are you treating your business like a well-oiled machine? Are you feeding it information? Are you feeding it systems and processes and appropriate practices? Or are you feeding your businesses poor practices, things that are, detrimental? Because if the way you run your business, is a reflection of your character, what does that say about your personal character? Which is why, going back full circle, you will learn much more about yourself and how you operate in this world once you start the business, and once you operate every single responsibility within that business. Well, no matter what it is that you're doing, whatever problem that you're solving, when you are the one who starts it first, you have to adopt all the responsibilities that fall under that specific business that you are starting. You just don't have that as an employee. When you're working as an analyst for a certain role, you don't have the role of a business developer, of having the sales role. You don't have the leadership role. You're just doing something very small in the company. Although it might be important, it's not the entire thing. And you're missing a lot of things when you're not adopting all the responsibilities. And that's just something that you won't learn also in school. To say that you need to get an entrepreneurship degree or a finance degree, or I don't know, whatever degree that you want to say can help you with the business world, it's just not true. At least that's what I think. The real experience that you get, or the real information that you can use and apply in different situations, is that of personal business experience. Setting up your own shop, your own online business, reaching out to customers, creating your own systems and processes, looking at your own finances, doing the marketing, doing the sales, hiring employees, and acting as a leader. No one really is telling you what to do in a business, and that's when you really start to find out who you are. Do you rise up to the occasion? Do you step up to the plate? And do you adopt those responsibilities? Or do you shy away from them and, shy away from pressure? That's where you find out if you're fit to run a business or not. Some people aren't. Some people can't handle the pressure of being the sole individual responsible for certain outcomes. What happens when I'm selling someone's property and they also want to buy another property once they sell their primary residence? What happens if we sell that property, we close escrow, but we can't find them an upleg, a property to buy? They're essentially going to be homeless. Do you want to adopt that responsibility? Because the homeowner, sure as heck, isn't going to blame themselves for that situation. They're going to blame you. Can you handle that blame? Same thing with operating a big corporation. The investors are going to blame you as the CEO, as the CFO, as the C-suite level. If you can't handle those responsibilities, then it's probably best that you handle the role of an employee. And again, you won't know those experiences unless you start your own business, unless you have that fire under your ass and you have those set of experiences to make future decisions about what you want. I'm more about experimenting, failing, succeeding at different things, because it gives you a lot of information about yourself that you won't get in a simulated environment like a classroom. And I'm sure everybody knows this. But if there's a need of a extra push for you to start your own business, other than what you've been experiencing in this entire year, I'm hoping that you understand that no one is really going to give you the freedom that you want without you starting your own business and you adopting those responsibilities of being a business owner. If you want a certain amount of income, if you want to control that income, you have to be the one to start that business. And I should say, as America was founded on an entrepreneurial spirit, the colonists wanted freedom from religious persecution, I should have also said before this, there cannot be freedom without its equivalent levels of responsibility. And I guess that's the main theme of this video, is responsibility. Without it, there is really no upside. There is no equity stake for you in the business. There are no learning experiences that you can really take home with you if there is no responsibility. So that's why I recommend every young adult at some point in their lives to start a business, just so they can have a taste of true responsibility. Hope the video helps. Like, subscribe, do the thing. See you on the next video.